Imagine this: a wedding day, champagne, confetti, two people finally getting their happy ending on the most famous street in British television, and then a scream, a single, piercing scream that cuts through the celebration like a knife. Something is very, very wrong on Coronation Street, and nothing will ever be quite the same again. Welcome back to the channel. If you are a Corrie fan, you need to stop whatever you're doing right now, because the biggest storyline of 2026 has just exploded onto our screens, and the fallout is going to shake Weatherfield to its very core. We are talking a dead body on the cobbles, a traumatized teenager making a horrifying discovery, and Carla Connor, one of soap's most beloved and battle-hardened characters, left in a state of complete shock. Today we are breaking it all down. So let us start at the beginning, because this storyline has been a long time in the making. Back in February, Coronation Street aired one of the most daring and inventive episodes in its recent history. A special flash-forward installment that gave viewers a terrifying glimpse into the future. The episode opened with a visibly shaken Betsy Swain being questioned by police. She had discovered a dead body, someone she knew, someone from the street. And as the scene unfolded, it became clear that this discovery had taken place on the very night of her mother Lisa Swain's wedding to Carla Connor. From that moment on, Corrie fans were hooked. The show revealed 5 possible victims: Megan Walsh, Theo Silverton, Jodie Ramsey, Carl Webster, and Maggie Driscoll. And the race was on to figure out which one would not make it out alive. Producer Kate Brooks described the storyline as something that had been in the making for a very long time, saying there are 5 potential victims and that viewers would be taken on a journey to figure out who the body is and what happened. She was keen to point out that this was not a traditional whodunit. This was, in her words, a who have they done it to. The killer, it seemed, was almost beside the point. The real drama lay in unmasking the victim. Now, for those who may not follow every episode, let us bring you up to speed on the key players here. Carla Connor, played brilliantly by Alison King, is one of Coronation Street's most iconic figures. She has been on the street since 2006, and in that time she has survived an abusive marriage to the murderous Tony Gordon, a factory fire, a breakdown, a kidney transplant, and more heartbreak than most characters survive in a lifetime. In 2026, Carla finally found happiness with DS Lisa Swain, a detective with quiet strength and a complicated past of her own. Their relationship had been a slow burn, full of warmth and tenderness, a real breath of fresh air for a character who has suffered so much. The pair were due to be married, and fans were rooting for them harder than ever. But Coronation Street, being Coronation Street, could not let the wedding go off without drama. Carla's big day was already derailed once, when a hotel flood forced the couple to cancel their original plans. When they finally managed to reschedule and tie the knot, the evening should have been perfect. Instead, it ended with a scream echoing down the cobbles. The night of the wedding, Betsy, Lisa's daughter and Carla's stepdaughter, was heading into town after the ceremony when she stumbled upon something no teenager should ever have to see: a dead body, right there on the cobbles of Weatherfield. When the screams rang out, Carla and Lisa heard them from inside. Carla, in true form, brushed it off, assuming it was foxes, nothing more. But viewers watching at home knew better. Something deeply sinister had unfolded just steps away from where the newlyweds were celebrating, and the truth was about to come crashing down. The episode that aired on Thursday, April 23rd, was a masterclass in tension. Throughout the hour, the show carefully wove in clues pointing to which of the 5 suspects might be the one lying lifeless on the street. Carl Webster, the show's most coldly calculated villain, had been seen being paid off by Debbie and quietly nudged out of his life on the cobbles, almost as though someone was trying to wrap things up before something terrible happened. In an unsettling detail, Carl had also made a pointed reference to Obie Webster's late son, Seb, raising questions about whether his cruelty had finally pushed someone too far. Meanwhile, Theo Silverton, the controlling and menacing figure who had been psychologically tormenting Todd Grimshaw, was spotted lurking near scaffolding close to where the body was later discovered. Given that Betsy found the body near that very scaffolding, many fans immediately began connecting the dots. And Carla? She was left absolutely blindsided. The woman who thought she had finally reached the light at the end of a very long tunnel was now standing at the threshold of a fresh nightmare. Having only just said her vows and allowed herself to believe that happiness was possible, the discovery of a corpse practically on her doorstep on her wedding night is the kind of cruel twist that only Coronation Street can deliver with such devastating precision. Fan reaction online has been nothing short of electric. Social media lit up the moment the episode aired, with viewers sharing their theories, their shock, and in many cases, their genuine emotional distress at what Betsy had to go through. Comments flooded in praising the storytelling, with many fans calling it one of the most gripping episodes in years. The hashtag for the show was trending within minutes, and clip compilations of Betsy's scream and Carla's oblivious dismissal of the noise were being shared widely as fans scrambled to piece together what had really happened. Television outlets and soap magazines were equally gripped, with journalists and critics praising the show's bold decision to construct an entire spring storyline around a slow-burn murder mystery rather than a straightforward shock death. Alison King's performance in these scenes has drawn particular praise. Carla's journey from blissful newlywed to horrified bystander is one that requires enormous emotional range, and King delivers it with a kind of nuanced, lived-in authenticity that has made Carla Connor one of the greatest soap characters of her generation. So what comes next? That is the question every Corrie fan is asking right now. The murder victim has not yet been fully revealed at the time of this video, and the show is clearly in no rush to give us easy answers. Each episode is adding new layers, new clues, and new complications. Todd's dangerous confrontation with Theo is spiraling out of control, with Summer getting caught up in the chaos. Megan's carefully constructed lies are beginning to unravel, and all the while, Carla is having to process not just the horror of what happened on her wedding night, but the reality of what it means for her new life with Lisa. There are also questions swirling around Becky Swain, Lisa's presumed dead ex-wife who recently returned to Weatherfield, and how her presence might complicate things further in this already volatile situation. The coming weeks promise to be some of the most intense Coronation Street has served up in a long time. The show's producers have made it clear that this storyline touches virtually every character group on the street, and with the victim's identity still shrouded in mystery, every scene carries the weight of potential revelation. Whether it is Carl, Theo, Megan, Jody, or Maggie who turns out to be the one lying on the cobbles, the impact will be felt across Weatherfield for months to come. And at the center of it all is Carla, a woman who deserved her happy ending, now facing yet another storm. To summarize, Coronation Street's most ambitious storyline in years is well and truly underway. A dead body has been found on the cobbles on the night of Carla and Lisa's wedding, Young Betsy Swain made the horrifying discovery, leaving the entire street shaken. Carla, who heard the scream and dismissed it, is now confronting a reality far darker than she ever imagined. 5 suspects remain in the frame as potential victims, and the full truth is still waiting to be uncovered. This is Coronation Street at its very best. Bold, emotional, shocking, and completely unmissable. If you have a theory about who the victim is, we want to hear it. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Who do you think is lying on those cobbles? And if you are loving our Corrie coverage, please do give this video a like and hit subscribe so you never miss an update. We will be back with more as this storyline unfolds. Until then, stay on the street.